ring. But good backhand from Usyk. Good shot. Also expected lots of feints to come from the smaller man from Ukraine. Usyk trying to get the reaction from Anthony Joshua.
Roy Jones says it's very important for Joshua to get out to a quick start.
It is, but we see I saw Usyk get off to the start first with a good left hand lead.
All the talk about Usyk being too small for a heavyweight. He looks the part right now, coming in at over 220 pounds. Joshua closer to 240.
Joshua's very smart to come in bigger because you want to be able to output your bully him if any chance comes.
Yes, positive work with the feet from Usyk. Doesn't want to give up too much ground, and he hasn't so far.
Certainly got to be nerves for both these fighters, despite them having fought on big stages before.
I mean, 70,000 people, that's nerve for everybody. I'm nervous.
Nice right hand there from Joshua. That backs Usyk up a little bit. We learned from his fight against Derek Chisora that Usyk does have a good chin.
Yeah, he does. Against Tony Bellew, he was caught with a backhand, shrugged it off. Against Derek Chisora and Witherspoon, he was caught with a backhand. He has a real good knack of taking the sting out of the shot with his footwork and his quick reaction. And he's going to have to rely on those to see this one backhand.
Good left hand there for the challenger.
And Joshua let Usyk get too close. If you let him hit him like that a few more times, he'll go down. You can't let Usyk keep hitting like that. Usyk getting too close to him without him backing up. He feels like Usyk can't hurt him. But Usyk has put some real fear in his heart already.
In a good rhythm with his feet here, Usyk. Bouncing up and down. He landed a lovely shot.
Two big shots. That's not good for Joshua. There you go.
Joshua standing right in the middle of the ring, just pivoting on his back foot.
He's trying to answer. That's what he wants to do.
The backhand to the body by Usyk.
Usyk has not stood still for a moment.
I've been impressed with the positioning of his feet in this ring, holding the center, not getting backed up onto the ropes where Anthony Joshua would like Usyk.
And that's one thing Anthony Joshua should have did right away, was establish himself and back to the cup. Let him do that, let him get the post.
Another left, a straight left from Usyk, who may have come out here and won this first round. Talk about making a statement in London.
Wow, intriguing stuff. It really is. Good movement, like I say. Usyk got in a rhythm, bouncing around, moving his head. He landed some good backhands. Really got into his contest well.
Knocking that jab out, the right hand comes off it when it's there, but move side to side, don't sit in front of it. Don't drop down, that'll do it. Use your high kick off the line, right on your feet, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Right on your feet, okay? Relax, calm down, keep pressure, okay? Relax, okay? Right to on the feet, keep thinking with the jab,
First round was a lot of our experience here. Usyk was leaning in like this, and then getting close up to shoot that straight left hand, right down the pipe, something Joshua has not been taught yet. Never let a man feint in like that and you don't move backwards, because he's going to catch you straight left every time.
Joshua said, sometimes I have to get burned to learn not to touch the stove. Maybe Usyk was a little too hot to handle there in round one.
Yeah, smart boxing by Usyk. And again, comes to the center of the ring. Plenty of feints, always jerking here and there, trying to get a reaction from Anthony Joshua. That's what Anthony Joshua done so well against Rulev in his last contest. The jab, good variation of the jab. That's what he needs to try and establish into this contest.
Has to establish that. If he doesn't establish that, then it doesn't no good to be the taller or bigger fighter.
No rest for the weary. These guys have come out throwing punches, moving non-stop, fighting like light heavyweight.
That's what Usyk has to do. He's a smaller guy, and that's what Joshua has to do right there. Use that straight right hand to the fighter to try to slow it down.
Darren, did you expect Usyk to be so aggressive?
Probably not as aggressive with his feet that he's shown here. Holding the center ring, he has such a good ability to be able to navigate back to the center of the ring without his back touching the rope. Smart boxing, exactly in the right position. Good jab also by Usyk.
Joshua said this would be a battle of conditioning, and he might be right.
Yeah, Spain very good now. Both fighters gone. First round, it was in Spain. Joshua wasn't reacting to him. Now he's reacting to Spain and Spain as well.
Changing their levels by Usyk, head and body. When you fight a taller man, that's exactly what you need to be doing.
So many feints from both these fighters.
I don't like that Joshua's not facing that left, getting back when he's facing that left hand. Because if he keeps doing that, he's going to be caught the same place up again or an overhand left, which would be even more dangerous.
See Usyk trying to set up that left hand, lots of movement, trying to get Anthony Joshua to fall over that front foot so he can find that right hand like that.
Usyk going straight after the champ. He is not deterred or fearful at all.
But he knows he has to better boxing skills. And right now he's waiting to fight with his skills. And he should be, because this is early. This is when the powerful man or the bigger man should be dominating.
There's a right.
His shot like that.
And Usyk's going to get hit right back.
Yeah. Shot to the body.
That's showing you that he's out here to win the fight. He's not out here just...
He backed him up with a straight left in Usyk. He is right up in AJ's kitchen.
You got to be careful because AJ still can take him out with that full right at any time.
Very good, positive start by Usyk.
Usyk with that jab, pushing Joshua back, and now Joshua's reacting a little better, but he's still not moving back with his feet. He's only reacting with his hands. So and that was a good hook by Joshua, but it's allowing Usyk to land that straight left hand.
Good jab on the outside of the orthodox stance. Mixes it up so well, Usyk. He goes from inside the
Right there.
stance, that's the shot.
That's the straight left
Inside.
Yeah.
The game plan seemingly working to perfection so far for the challenger.
Well, you got to also remember, though, Joshua has that one punch knockout power that can get anybody out, so it's not going to be safe for Usyk until it's completely over.
Yes, Usyk straight to the center of the ring, allowing space behind him. I expect either this round or the next couple of rounds, Anthony Joshua to start stepping forward, really forcing himself onto Usyk.
There's a nice shot from JJ. But every time Usyk gets hit, Roy, he goes right back and gets a receipt.
That you know that his mindset is that I'm not going to be outdone tonight. I'll have to be knocked out to lose, because every time he hits me once, I'm going to hit him twice. And that's what he's been doing so far.
Oh, and again, Usyk with a straight left hand. The southpaw scores.
Two big shots straight down the middle of the guard of AJ. Took it well, though. There's that tremendous footwork.
That's what I'm talking about. He's going left and right. He's not going straight down the pipe, so you don't have to worry about running into a big shot. And that's what he has to do.
James Roy Jones Jr. That backhand again just misses, but changes the level to the body. Good work by Usyk. Smart.
Can Usyk keep up this pace for 12 rounds?
I think he can, and if he can, this will be something spectacular to see. But when he gets fatigued, he has to avoid those big shots still. And AJ, like I said, is deadly from round 1 to the end of the fight.
Finding it hard to work out this puzzle at the minute, AJ. He needs to let that jab go.
You got to quit trying to put the punch on Usyk and just throw it. Right now he's trying to place it on Usyk. It was a fake game, guys.
believe it or not, almost all one-way traffic through 3 full rounds for the challenger who's coming up from cruiserweight to try and steal Joshua's world title. That was a slip, but a punch got him off balance.
But he just can't get comfortable because all it takes is one from Joshua.
Has to stay switched on, AJ. Steering a headlight at the minute. Usyk boxing so well. Lots of movement. Really finding the reins now with that backhand.
See how Joshua moves his feet back in? That's what he needs to do every time Usyk feints for him like that. But usually he's not doing it, and that's why he's getting caught with a big shot. Like right there, you got to move your feet back. You can't just move your head back.
This crowd doesn't know quite how to react right now. Just a buzz of uncertainty here from 70,000.
The marking over the right eye. Under the right eye of Usyk.
Now Joshua reacted better to the feint than you.
Round 4 scheduled for 12. What a heavyweight battle this has been. Alexander Usyk has been fantastic.
So impressed with the jab as well. Giving up a few inches in reach, but still manages to out-jab AJ.
Ooh, there's a right hand from AJ. An awkward step there from Usyk, but again, he goes right back into the fire. And for the first time, we've got a clinch. Quickly they're apart.
Looks like Usyk has a little cut in his eye.
AJ appears to be getting a little bit more comfortable, and that may not be a good thing as the left cross from Usyk connects.
Exactly what you said, Bray. He's always thinking Usyk, always trying to look for the opening, always trying to unlock the puzzle in front of him.
Feinting the man out of position. He used those feints very good right there to feint Joshua out of position. That's how he's hitting him. He's feinting him out of position first or holding him in place, and then he's throwing a big shot after. Right catch.
Good response though from the previous round from AJ.
Yeah.
He gained his composure.
It's been a long time, but we saw Joshua overcome adversity against Vladimir Klitschko. He was dropped in that fight, came back to win.
Smarter pressure, okay? Make him work, make him move his feet. That jab's got to be followed by the right hand now. When you're inside, whip it underneath, okay? And then lean and push his stuff. Don't mess about with him.
Well, from the off, Alexander Usyk is so impressive with his footwork. He's moving around. The accuracy with shots is well worth his class, haven't they?
Yes, that straight left hand is something that Joshua is not able to deal with. He keeps feinting to the outside. And then bam, he lands it right down the middle. Joshua's not going for the feint, so since he's not going for the feint, there's overhand left.
And that's the core with the right hand. He's exaggerating the movement too much and he got punished.
Exactly.
This fight has flown by. We're in the 5th round already. Darren, how do you have it scored through 4 full rounds?
3 rounds, Usyk, 1 for AJ. Thought that was a good response from Anthony Joshua in the last round, but impressive start from Usyk.
You agree with that, Ford?
Yes, I agree with it, 100%.
3-1 for the challenger, who buckled the knees. A sneaky little right uppercut there from Usyk. And of course, AJ was all signed, sealed, and delivered to fight Tyson Fury in the biggest prize fight perhaps in boxing history. We all know the story. Now he's got Usyk. Imagine what Tyson Fury's thinking right now.
I can tell you what Tyson Fury is thinking. He's thinking that AJ but is cheap. backing up every time Usyk makes that overhand left or your feet, just like you did right there.
Good jab from AJ. Good backhand to the body from Usyk. He's done that well. Changing the levels again.
Another left hand lands for the southpaw from Kiev, Ukraine. Usyk said that was low. The referee didn't seem to mind. To the body. Big hand to the body from AJ.
Yeah. Very good body shot.
Is AJ beginning to figure him out, Roy?
No, not yet. But he's figuring out that he needs to go to the body more. He's figuring that out.
Holding the pace better though now, Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
Not getting picked off as much.
Oh, another straight left flips the guard for Usyk. AJ with a right.
This is better stuff from AJ.
But can he hold him for 12 rounds?
Jab from Usyk. Oh. Good footwork from Anthony.
You just feel that if Usyk connects with a big shot again, AJ is going to be in trouble.
But you also feel if AJ connects with a big shot, Usyk's going to be in trouble.
That's the beauty of heavyweight. All it takes is one.
Oh.
AJ with a right.
Shot.
He's found his confidence again.
Joshua throwing that jab, just a straight right hand down the middle, just like Usyk been catching him with the straight left hand all night. This time Joshua did it first, and he went outside and landed the right hand. Something he learned tonight from Usyk.
Yeah, exactly. Took his head off center line and landed the right hand. Good shot.
Let's see if Usyk becomes a little bit more aggressive, as some of these rounds might be tilting towards the champ.
Champ bounced back good in those last 2 rounds.
Roy, Anthony told everyone that he changed his approach to training. He didn't hit focus pads. Said he works more on the heavy bag this camp. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's a good thing. You hit focus pads, don't allow you to use your reach as much. Guys throw the punches for you instead of you throwing your own punches. Whereas the heavy bag, at least you get to reach out to the end and hit the heavy bag.
Unfortunately, the heavy bag in front of him right now, named Usyk, does not stand still.
It doesn't.
Good jab by Usyk.
He moves a lot more than the conventional heavy bag.
But now you see Joshua stalking him. This is what Joshua should have been doing from round 1.
Yeah.
Roy, you told us right before the fight you thought Usyk should start turning things on in round 6. Here we are.
Well, a little differently because I didn't expect Usyk to win 3 of the first 4 rounds.
Picking the shots well here, Anthony Joshua. Nice jab, landed the backhand.
And what's fascinating here is that Joshua has actually made a better adjustment than Usyk has. Usually you see Usyk adjust later in the fight. Right now, Joshua has adjusted.
Yeah, Anthony Joshua is stopping Usyk from getting into his rhythm. Plenty of pace of his own, mixing the jab up, head and body, landed the backhand. Better boxing from Anthony Joshua.
He's learning on the job.
Oh, good combination from Usyk. Joshua answers back.
See Joshua not throwing power on all those shots now. Which is what he should have been doing, because now he can wait till he can touch it, and after he can touch it, then he can try to hit him hard.
Joshua stalking his man now. Trying to push Usyk back in this round.
Downstairs to the body with a left.
Usyk look for overhand left right there. Joshua for the fake close against you. If he lands it, it might be over with.
The crowd sensing the pendulum is swinging in their champion's favor. Oh, he's coming in. Big right for AJ. Can he build on it? 20 seconds to go here in the sixth.
He needs to start trying to find the backhand of his own again, Usyk. Stop throwing it.
Counter right hook to AJ, straight right. Usyk may just want to scamper around till he hears the bell.
AJ feeling comfortable now.
And that's what he does. And we head to the seventh.
Wow, good fight. And what a very good response from Anthony Joshua. I gave Usyk all first 3 rounds, and I've given the last 3 rounds to AJ.
So now we got an even fight.
Right, even fight.
Now we're back at round 1. This is beautiful. Usyk leading with the jab, but AJ once again coming down between that jab with a straight right knee. I love it. He's using straight right. He's not trying to hit hard. He's just using like a pop shot, like a jab. So now instead of throwing all this power and telegraphing it, boom, it just comes over because he's not trying to knock him out with every punch. Like this, touch shot. You got to be able to touch a man before you can really hit him hard.
Well, Roy, what would your advice be right now for Alexander Usyk?
Get back to the body, start throwing more straight left, and start throwing more overhand left. You gotta hurt him again. Advice to Joshua is keep doing exactly what you're doing. Use that left hand and touch him with shots. Touch him so you can hit him.
Right when Joshua seems to be getting comfortable, getting in his groove, Usyk answers back. It is hard to convey the atmosphere these two men are fighting in right now. It is off the charts electric.
Oh, backhand from Usyk. AJ took the sting out of that. Left back.
Usyk's punches are not as hard as they were earlier, though.
Straight up with that left hand, right on the chin. Joshua took that one well.
Joshua's punches here have a lot more speed on them than Usyk does right now.
Jab.
Oh, and a left hand. Joshua put his guard down just slightly, and Usyk made him pay.
Relax after hitting. You can't relax after hitting somebody like Alexander Usyk. Gonna hit you back.
Yeah, stop. Good jab by Usyk. Looking for the backhand again.
AJ's got that smile. We saw it against Andy Ruiz. It's not a good smile.
Showing Usyk that he can't hurt you now. He's doing a smart thing. He took all the steam off of his punches, and he's just touching Usyk now. To keep up with him. See that? That little touch jab.
Oh, the tap! He almost went down. The champ still on his feet, though.
The feet got tangled up. He did land a good shot, but the feet got tangled up.
Oh, and again.
Got him with a right.
Right here, Joshua gotta go back to his body. Go to his head. His head is too hard to hit. Go to his body, he can't get away.
Usyk having his moment here in round 7. Will AJ stand and brawl?
feet being tangled. You see,
Yeah, of course.
Orthodox and the southpaw leg coming together.
Right on this foot. What else I don't like is that Joshua's getting up off the stool before Usyk. Usyk is the little man who's supposed to be in better shape. So this is not good for Usyk. Giving Joshua confidence.
Usyk says he doesn't fight for money, doesn't fight for fame. He only fights for glory. And he's maybe about 5 rounds away from getting the ultimate glory here tonight.
The only bad thing for Usyk is that he's been around for the earlier rounds, and in this situation with him being a smarter boxer, he wanted his better rounds the later rounds. When I say smart, I mean by more experienced boxer. AJ's made a lot of beautiful adjustments like that one.
I think it's taking some of the power out of the shots as well. He's loaded up too much in the opening round. Now he's sort of trying to level up and change the pace of the shot. Keeping Usyk thinking all the time.
That's called very close to him, making him stay set.
Oh, good shot to the solar plexus from Anthony Joshua.
Nice to see Usyk is not as quick to answer back as he was earlier in the fight.
A big swing and a miss there from the challenger, but he connects that time.
First time we've seen Usyk throw 4 or 5 shots on the bounce. Missing with the last shot.
Good shot by Joshua.
The shortest distance between 2 points is that straight right hand from Joshua.
Worked the body well in this round. Anthony Joshua, there's that backhand. Narrowly misses from Usyk.
Roy, you don't normally see heavyweights moving around the ring and with this much activity.
But Usyk is a different guy. Usyk is a guy that came up from cruiserweight, so he's a lighter guy. So he's forced to actually move around. He's moving a lot.
Oh, right to the body, digging in down low.
That's going to open those hand right soon. With a straight left to the body, almost double jab. Early in the round.
Looking around social media, Roy, scores are kind of all over the place, but almost everyone has it really close.
Yeah, I think it's about even still right now.
So Joshua appears to be right. He said earlier, it's going to be a battle of conditioning. I am in tip-top shape. I will outwork, I will outlast my opponent.
He's doing it right now. He looks to be the first to fight of it.
earlier, Usyk, as soon as he got hit, jumped right back into the fray. Oh, that right hand on the inside. You never know what kind of damage those do, Darren.
No. You're feeling those for sure. It's very accurate, very, very fast. The ones that you don't see coming is the damage.
What we don't see now is we don't get into as much.
Usyk appears to need to find a second win.
Yes, he seems very tired. Joshua's having fun because he's figuring things out on the job.
30 seconds to go here in round 9 in what has been a fantastic heavyweight fight, punctuated by another left hand for the challenger.
Good body shot by Joshua.
And now Joshua on the front foot towards the rope.
Good body shot. Now Joshua feels like he can't hurt him anymore.
Good jab. Sharp jab right from the guard. Just misses with the left.
This fight has been everything you could have asked it to be, and some.
Jab, right out, move to the side. Let you put your body head when he's inside, alright? So don't wait on him, okay? Okay? Towel on his head, towel on his head. Towel, okay? This is smart. I want long fight on the feet, long jab. Right out collars as he comes here. Move to the side every time, hands up. And inside to underneath. Don't see in front of him, let him pick you off with the jab, okay? Deep back, calm, calm.
It's giving Joshua confidence. They see Usyk come off of the stool. He's loving that.
Roy, you said this would be Anthony Joshua's toughest fight. You still feel that way?
Of course I do. You have to make adjustments on the fly. He's fighting a guy who had a better IQ in the ring than him, but he's learning from him, and he's taking what he's giving and giving it back.
That right hand going right at the soul of Joshua, and there's Usyk again with his own left hand.
Hot shot in there, Usyk. Good jab.
Ringside seats were selling as high as 10,000 pounds, and even those seats you got to feel they're getting money's worth. A straight left hand from Usyk again, and Joshua's got blood coming out of his nose.
He had that at the end of the last round.
Both men with swelling under the right eye. Oh, nice. Quick little right hand from Joshua.
That's what you got to do. You can't look for the power. You got to use the quick. For power, you double check it.
Real marking under the right eye of AJ, he calls for the backhand, the left hand.
There's a big cut now, starting to bleed into the right eye of Usyk.
center of the ring.
And that battle of the front feet is taking its toll as both men continue to step on each other.
It could be dangerous here, Usyk. Really accurate in this round.
AJ getting a little more loose with his punches.
There he is, and that's real swelling now. Look at the eye.
He's got a huge mouth under his right eye, does Anthony Joshua. And we're getting set to enter the championship round. Usyk is busted up and bleeding. Anthony Joshua's eye is almost closed.
Wow. What a fight. That's 2 rounds up for me, for Usyk. With 2 to play. Giving it Anthony Joshua.
You've got to be smart behind that.
Really put the foot in the gap. These last 2 rounds on my card.
Side to side. Left hand high all the time. That's why you've got a little bit of swelling on your right eye. Left hand high all the time. Side to side. Let him come to you behind his jab. Be really smart now, Josh. When he attacks you, you said, get character, okay? Come on, we're not going to you, okay? Relax. Have a go. Relax. Relax. Stay behind that jab. Move your head. Move your head.
Nice job. How do you like it? AJ and Usyk championship round. The jab scoring for Usyk. According to Derek, scorecard, Anthony Joshua's got to win these final 2 rounds.
Good shot by Joshua. Good shot by Joshua. Good straight right hand.
Darren, what are you telling AJ right now?
Force the pace. Don't do anything clumsy. Get behind that jab. Get your foot on the outside of the southpaw stance and try and land that right hand.
Now, I'm telling you, also go to the body. But I'm telling you, Usyk, use 1 overhand left and attack that right hand. The eye swollen, attack that eye.
Counter right from AJ, throws another right hand. He's got to be careful, does Anthony. When he throws those big power punches, he's open for the counter.
Again, does not want to be falling over the front foot. Someone with the skill that Usyk has will make him pay.
to win the fight or to make it a draw at least.
Good counter right hand from AJ.
Good right hand right there for AJ.
And there's Usyk. Oh, double left.
Strange puncher Usyk is.
He somehow finds so unorthodox, so crafty.
Overhand left back to back. He does this.
AJ stalking his man, but not throwing anything.
The football were allowed to throw, but
Usyk trying to send shockwave throughout the heavyweight division and the boxing world in general. He's got AJ in trouble in London with 1:39 to go.
Tremendous boxer by Usyk. The movement non-stop. 12 rounds.
they were straight that hand again.
I think AJ's
That
hurt.
hand again.
AJ could be hurt. He doesn't have time to be hurt.
Nope, he really doesn't. You gotta try to find one shot. Not get one shot, or not take one shot, but he has to give one shot. Right there, right there.
Good action here. Both men looking for the big shot. Good jab by Usyk and a follow up by backhand.
AJ still seemingly not quite fully balanced. A little off kilter. It has been a hellacious battle right from the start.
Yes, it has.
30 seconds to go.
AJ trying for the knockout, though.
But who gets the knockout?
AJ trying for what I said.
Oh, big shot by Usyk. He's still.
AJ! Do you believe this?
Yes, I believe it. Yes, I believe it.
A fight of the year contender. Has Alexander Usyk become the heavyweight champion? Or did AJ just do enough?
What a fight that was. Great performance from both men, but for me, Alexander Usyk won that. I think I had 4 rounds.
Wait. My bad. Well, this is not good because look where he is and look where he is.
Yeah.
That's not good. If you always have to fight, never sit down, you gotta walk around like you still got something left. Because sometimes a judge is looking to make a decision and that may alter his choice.
Of course, Evander Holyfield became the undisputed cruiserweight champion, moved up to heavyweight, won the title, and win or lose, I think Usyk has proved that he is the real deal tonight.
Absolutely. I don't think he's lost his gloves on. I think you look back to the reflection, that was a beautiful boxing performance.
And you're right,
Usyk.
AJ looks like a beaten man, Roy.
Exactly. There's a lot. You cannot do that at the end of a fight because if a judge is looking to say, well, who do I think I want to give this last little bit to? I say the guy who's fresher. And Usyk is walking around the ring. AJ looks like he's over it.
But there was a really good start from Usyk, and back came AJ. You know, there was some close rounds in the middle there, but that I felt AJ was coming back into the contest, and there wasn't much in it. But then Usyk almost found his second wind, started to let the shots go.
And I know this sounds a bit strange to say this about the reigning heavyweight champion, but you've got to give credit for AJ hanging in there when he was rocked early, going right after it, stayed after it, even when he was perhaps in bad shape. He would not take a step back.
Nope. Two former opponents embraced there. Alexander Usyk, Tony Bellew. So much respect.
Darren, is there any scenario that you think AJ wins this fight?
No, it's not on my card. I mean, look, he had a decent patch in the middle of the fight, but in general, Usyk bossed that with superior footwork, good jabs. And this was a big onslaught at the end of the 12th round. Just the constant movement from Usyk. Head, fantastic footwork. And look at that barrage of punches, done very well. He was lucky there was only a few seconds left on the clock. But for me, there's only one winner there, Alexander Usyk. I feel, and I think Eddie Hearn pointed out that there's trouble, damage to the eye of AJ. May have troubled him later down the stretch, but you can see the grimace on the face of AJ in the corner there at the end of the contest.
AJ has not gotten off his stool.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard. Viktor Kostchenko scores it 117 to 112. Steve Weisfeld has it 116 to 112. And Howard Foster scores it 115 to 113. All three scores go to the winner by unanimous decision. And new heavyweight champion of the world, the fighting pride of Ukraine, Alexander Usyk.
He fights for glory, and he's found it. And all apologies to Canelo Alvarez, but you've got to say, this man has to be, if not the, one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, considering what he just did.
Absolutely, what a tremendous feat he has just achieved this evening. Boxed so well. I mean, that was almost a masterclass of how to box against the bigger man. The movement, the speed. He was so elusive. He made it so difficult for AJ to land the big shot. Don't get me wrong, AJ had a period in the middle round that he started to get back into it, but for me, there was only one winner. I had that similar to the scorecard where Usyk wins by 4.
Roy, you were ecstatic earlier that this not only could be the toughest fight of AJ's life, but that Usyk may win this late, and he closed like a bull.
I told everybody that I do. There's no way, I'm to be honest, there's no way that a good boxer is going to lose to a guy with less experience, and